ultimately against was not because it was seen as too much of an escalation that could lead to World War III, but rather there was an assessment that those MiGs would never fly from Ukrainian territory.
And President Zelensky's courage and steeliness and pleas for help living alongside this universal desire to avoid World War III. How do you square those two things, Claire?
Into a conflict with another nuclear superpower that is and could be the beginning of World War III. That could lead to the use of nuclear weapons. That is why the United States has never gotten into a direct confrontation with Russia or the Soviet Union.
So what? President Putin's already said that sanctions are tantamount to World War III.
Because there's real concern about this escalating, as you know, Chris, into World War III, particularly with a nuclear-armed Russia. And that is the concern. They don't want this war to escalate into a world war, particularly with a nuclear-armed Vladimir Putin, who is increasingly isolated.
Of course, they say that means you're walking into World War III. You're having a direct confrontation with Russia.
Can you speak to their fears that drawing Putin into a broader conflict would lead to World War III?
Which I personally support this would open World War III potentially.
So far what we're hearing from officials, they don't want to start another world war. That is news, though.
The perspective here that we've heard from our generals is that starts World War III.
It means starting World War III.
You know, you have people saying, let's have a no-fly zone. You have to explain why that could only cause more conflict, potentially World War III.
But it does at times feel like we are watching the beginning of the next world war.
Why wouldn't a no-fly zone cause World War III while also avoiding World War III?
There are vague rules in the road to avoid World War III.
And President Putin being a taunter for World War III.